I gave myself 3 days to really intensify my study about the cryptocurrency that has made people billionaires. And of course, a few got bankrupt as well. So, after consuming 47 videos, 12 long podcasts, and too much reading, I discovered something wild. The people making millions aren't doing what you think they are doing. In fact, they are doing exact opposite what looks smart. By the end of the video, you will understand why being boring makes you rich, why picking 3 beats picking 300, and why doing nothing beats doing everything. Discovery number 1 broke my brain. Discovery number 1, everyone is trying to time the market like they're Neo from the Matrix movie. Like if I buy at exactly the right moment, I'll be rich. There is nothing wrong with it, but if you look at the statistics, so they're like, if I buy at exactly the right moment, I'll be rich. Meanwhile, what they're actually doing is checking their phone every 3 minutes and having mini heart attacks or like stress moments basically. So here's a logical problem. If professional traders with supercomputers and all these PhDs sitting together cannot time the market, what will an average person, let's say an average retail Bitcoiner, get on this? That doesn't mean he should completely be super long term and never trading. There is a fine balance. We'll talk about that. But the first and foremost, dollar cost averaging is the best strategy in this game. It is like being the tortoise in that famous race. While everyone else is sprinting, cramping up, and just falling apart, the turtle starts to win. So same pace every week. Investing is the dollar cost averaging concept. You can research about it. I may do a video on this later, which means buy a very specific amount, which, like, if you can calculate your daily income level and put a micro percentage of that, maybe it's 5%, 7%, max 10%, right, of your daily income, or it can be at a monthly level, daily, weekly, or monthly. If you can dollar cost average, that will be one of the best strategies, and that was the best strategy in the last 7 years, where 80 to 90% of the people who made fantastic returns with Bitcoin did. And you can actually keep it as auto investment as well. So every day you don't have to worry, think, analyze too much, especially about the Bitcoin, because ultimately Bitcoin, because of its scarcity, is going to go up only. There will be dips, there will be huge spikes. Doesn't matter. Eventually, after every 4 years, it's going to really double up, or even more, right? So dollar cost averaging would be a fantastic base strategy. And study shows that DCA beats these timing strategies close to 70% of the time. But what is the real stats you should be knowing? It beats all of them, 100% of them, on stress levels. Discovery number 2 will save you from the decision paralysis, because there are literally thousands and thousands of meme coins getting pumped into the market now, because now the mainstream has picked up. It's not the early enthusiasts and crypto enthusiasts who are in this game, that the new retail, the new people have started to come into this. So it has started becoming mainstream. Governments have started announcing that they are also investing into this, and targeting this group, a lot of meme coin pumping and dumping is happening. So here is some brutal logic. If you went to a restaurant with like 20,000 menu items, you would probably starve to death trying to choose one. Just like that, meme coin space has become like an ocean, and if you just keep on analyzing and even put small amounts, it's like putting salt into the ocean. Yes, there are a few very specific meme coins. Only after you understand that space, only after you really study it, probably in your phase 2 or phase 3 of investments, this meme coin space is recommended, especially for a higher level of investment. If you're investing at a micro level, it's fine, because it still falls in that gambling with 0.1% or something. 80% definitely should be on your Bitcoin, and or let's say like 70-20-10, like 70% in the Bitcoin, 20% in the stable altcoins, and max to max, the whole meme coin space of your overall crypto portfolio should be less than 10%. And the initial years, ideally, it should be less than, I would say, 3% also. Reason, even if there is a high 99% probability that all those meme coins, because of the lack of knowledge, because of the understanding of that space, which is highly gambling in nature, will all go to zero. So you losing 3% of your total crypto portfolio is okay than losing a large percentage like 30%, 20%, etc. Bitcoin and the top 2, which we'll come to, should be your lion's share, or the super major allocation, or super major coins in your portfolio. Together they should come very close to 90%, and within that, Bitcoin should be the super major. There are some people who just do Bitcoin also. That also is fine, because ultimately that's the only one which is like the digital gold. Okay. So after studying all these market caps, use cases and adoption rates, only three matter. Number one, Bitcoin. It's like digital gold, but better. Why? Gold is heavy, hard to transport. You can send it through the internet. You can read about these kind of stuff. Why Bitcoin is better than physical gold. It is going to be the digital gold for the century. And because Bitcoin has so many advantages over gold. And in the digital space, it will act like the equivalent of gold in the physical money space in the last century. Now, 21 million is the maximum supply ever. That's fewer Bitcoin than the total number of millionaires now in the world. So basic math says if everyone wants one, you can check out. Second, Ethereum. Think of it as the world's computer. Every crypto app, every NFT, every smart contract runs on this huge mega world's computer. That's one good way of thinking about it. And it's like owning that Amazon stock, right? Amazon web server is where many of the data and apps are running for other businesses like that. It's like owning that AWS stock where everyone is using that. Or in simple words, it's like owning that Amazon platform's share itself, because the whole world is going to come there and do transactions. So that's about Ethereum. And three, Solana. Ethereum can process only 15 transactions per second, but Visa does 65,000. And Solana, it can do 65,000 plus. So it's a super fast transaction processor there. So it's like comparing a Tesla to a horse, right? So Solana is also a game changer in this space. So the top three, once again, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana should be the core of your portfolio. Ideally not in equal proportion, like 25. I'm not here to give any financial advice or anything, but from my basic research, what's coming out is 70% at least should be in the Bitcoin, because that is the one with the strongest fundamental and huge market cap. And then a certain percentage of Ethereum and Solana should cover the rest of the 20%, can cover this rest of 20%. And the max to max I'm seeing, keeping the margin of 10% for any other coin, including other altcoins, other stable coins, and meme coins. But for a beginner, it can be even more safe way till you explore and understand the space. It could be something like 80, 15, and 5, right? 80% Bitcoin, the rest 15% you choose between Ethereum and Solana, and the last 5% is the max cap for all your meme coins, right? Discovery 3 was painful but necessary. Let's now talk about the elephant in the room, which is the meme coins. First line, yes, meme coins do not have any, it's not pegged to anything like a business logic or something. It's purely cultural. You can read about it. And therefore, it is the space with maximum gambling happening. And the harsh fact is that 99% of the meme coins have zero utility. And they are just popularity contests with money. So remember the high school, the popular kids seemed important, but where are they now? Something like that. Most meme coins are popular for some time and then just vanish. So buying random meme coin is absolutely like buying lottery tickets. But in that so-called meme space also, there are some community-based meme coins that are emerging. Such genuine community and staying power brands are emerging. For example, SPX 6900, SPX 6900. This is a very interesting meme coin because it's a very strong loyalty-based community forming up there, and they have this vision of at some point, the whole stock market, which is also gamed by big sharks, etc., will be flipped and get kind of flipped and replaced by decentralized mechanism. It is working towards that mission. So just like S&P 500, I think that was how that name came. Instead of S&P 500, they started calling it SPX 6900. But it's absolutely a narrative, absolutely a, what I can say, like a movement or a community thing. It is still within the meme space, as I said, which is in the gambling space. But that's amongst the one or two meme coins which have some genuine community and staying power there. Hence, you will always see a new meme coins coming. Very funny names, lots of dog coins and cat coins and all animals, frogs, and many funny names. Trump has a coin, and many celebrities may have coins, etc. They may just spike and vanish. There could be one out of million who may make a little bit money and make some noise, but in general, the meme coin space should be minimized, or ideally zero, right? What is really working? Once again, let's come back to that. Real holding power, really holding for a long time, and into the basic strong pillars like Bitcoin, along with Ethereum and Solana. And in fact, Bitcoin itself is the real play here. The ability to hold it for 4 years, 5 years, and at the same time not rush into, because suppose if you put a large amount all of a sudden and the very next month it may crash to like 60%. Its worst crashes have been like big numbers like 60%, 80%, etc. So you have a huge amount and you put, and the very next month when you see your portfolio down by 50%, 60%, human psychology will come into picture. You will feel like getting out of it with a huge loss. Therefore, once again, dollar cost averaging, go slow. Maybe you miss the full capture of a big spike, but you may get 60-70% of it with dollar cost averaging, because when the huge dips happen, that time also you're investing. When it's going up as well, you're investing. Since the moving average line is going to definitely go diagonally up, you will anyways very safely get the better of it, and at the same time you're going month by month up. As per you definitely have some income source now, so based on that, when you go step by step, month by month, your risk is automatically mitigated. So dollar cost averaging Bitcoin is the one line. And Discovery 4 also destroyed everything I thought I knew about this space. Ready for that mind bender? 95% of crypto wealth was made by people who did nothing during this time. They didn't trade. It's only the 5% who said, I bought this, flipped it, ABC. They make a lot of noise as well in the social media, but 95% invested one time, forgot about it, and within that 95%, a certain percentage did the dollar cost averaging, who know these kind of concepts. So their small auto investment was going on week by week, and after 4 years, magic, when they just opened the portfolio, when they saw a news or something, it was magical returns. So that's a more wise, sensible way of doing to model, or that group is the right group to model for a beginner, definitely. In the process, few of us may get some ideas about the other coins, and you could do that with a small percentage, and if that gives like unimaginable returns like 500x or something, that's fine. You can again bring that into your Bitcoin portfolio, right? Because your risk is limited by the percentage of portfolio you have put in there. So 1 to 2% if it goes, fine. But if that 2% becomes equivalent to the 20% of your current, that much extra money can be brought into Bitcoin. But what I'm saying is, for a safety side, do not go beyond 2%, 3% in the first year, because there can be a huge bear market where everything will go, especially in the meme coin space, to very, very low level. Bitcoin may not go to zero just like that, but it can crash 60-70%, because the reason is because the peaks are so sharp. The corrections could be easily 60-70%. Experts say even that in this market cycle may be unlikely, like the the earlier cycle where 60%, 70% reduction was seen. We may see up to 50% is what saying, but be ready. What's the lesson for us then is, even if that happens, am I safe? So in your total net worth, the whole crypto should be a certain percentage only during this journey, right? And you very slowly and steadily can increase it. Maybe the first year you just, as you're exploring, first year, you may only give the total 1% of your net worth into this. Very safe, or max 2%, 3%, depending on your risk level and stage of life you are in. But never something crazy like 100% or something, because what if it suddenly becomes 80%? If you're very, very young, you have so many years to catch up, and maybe you have very small amount to lose as well. But definitely somebody in their 30s or late 20s, putting all eggs into one basket, whatever be the asset class, whether it's digital gold or real gold or diamonds, whatever it is risky. So diversification is always the mantra for wise investment. So the total amount, apart from your stocks, your bonds, your real gold, real estate, etc., from that total portfolio, if it is 100, max you can go up to 10% in year one, because that year, if there is a fantastic bull market in crypto, you will be anyway safe to get a huge multiplication there. But if it doesn't happen, still you're safe. 4-5% loss of your total net worth is fine compared to something more than a double digit. So 9% or keeping it less than 10% is always psychologically a calm space. And then when you forget about it and come back after 2 to 3 years, 4 years with that dollar costing averaging, you never know. it might have grown to a very, very good levels. And since you're doing it slow and over the time, the risk of one event just affecting it is also very less. Now, coming back. So Discovery 4 is that the right set of people who made money in this had the patience to, wait and it slowly invest over 4 years. They bought these kind of good cryptos, I would say maximum in Bitcoin itself, and they went to live their lives. No charts, no stress, no 3 a.m. panic selling, etc. The 5% who made money trading, they turned investing into a full-time job, and their lifestyle was like 16 hours looking into charts, analyzing 10 things, constant stress. The gamblers' lifestyle has its own stress. You can watch movies like The Gambler or The Uncut Gems, right? These are fantastic movies which shows even when you win at some point, how was their whole lifestyle before that? What all happened to them when you take that kind of big bets? Do you want 99% stress and 1% day of psychologically win? These are questions to think about as well. Anyway, coming back, Warren Buffett, the greatest investor in the last century, who made it big with stocks. Warren Buffett has been saying this forever. Time in the market beats timing the market. So that's a golden quote. The same with crypto as well, right? It's the same with anything related to investing. Time in the market beats timing in the market. 2% might have made that overnight, over week, over month, crazy returns. But a wiser, steady approach, if you are in this game for long term, is time in the market beats timing the market. So holding, not over trading, keeping a very long term view, making sure the highest market cap cryptos like Bitcoin form 80%, close to 80% of your portfolio. It can be plus or minus 10% depending on your stage, etc. Are good strategies for the beginner. Now in 2025, if you can hold it till 2030, that should be, holding should be your goal. I'll dollar cost average and keep investing for 5 years and not really speculating on the final result. There is a 99.99% chance. Again, I'm not, disclaimer is I'm not financial advisor on it. Nobody can predict anything in the world for even the next month, I would say, next day. So 5 years down the line, just the probability coming from multiple experts is more than 99% chance that it will more than 3x. That's the conservative estimate. It could be even more, but 3 times in 5 years is typically a much greater return than any other asset class. That doesn't mean we have to put all there, but slowly moving up into 1%, 2%, 3% of overall portfolio, and then managing that subsegment again in the 80-20 ratio of Bitcoin versus others might really help slowly enter into this, because there is absolutely no hurry after that. Also, then also there will be multiple huge bull markets, but this now has become this crypto has now entered the mainstream. All right, so conclusion: DCA beats timing because even experts cannot time the market. And these 3 coins, the triangle is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. It will beat 3,000 other coins for stability and and help you focus. Then gets confused. Outside this triangle of 3, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, there are meme coin space. That should be like a micro triangle for you. In that also, the problem is there is going to be a lot of pumping and dumping by players, sharks, whales as they call it in this space. So you take a long time to understand that, but the key principle there is strong, genuine community based meme coins might survive. The rest may have mushroom like life, it just comes in a season and goes away. And for ultimately, instead of trading at daily, weekly, etc., 95% of the time holding for long term over years, if at least over seasons and quarters, right, multiple months, will be the strategy that's going to beat 95% of the time. So the biggest discovery, it's the Bitcoin definitely has a spiritual vibe to it, right? It's going to it's a kind of antidote to the problems that the fiat money created. If you read about it, you'll understand deep the kind of healing power that it has for humans in the coming decades. Why I say healing power is the current macroeconomic condition itself has related to a lot of human beings' stress. They have to work, and every year because of inflation, the value of their money is going down. These things have really affected human beings' psyche at a mass level. that change is probably going to come. When I say probably, super high probability, Bitcoin could be that, a beautiful big solution in this economic space. And therefore, just like in the space of spirituality, this space also rewards patience, basically patience, and your ability to think long term, and it will punish impatience. So come with that attitude of long term calmness, holding power, and doing it. How you can be calm and be long term is, one, when you have invested only the right amount of money that you can invest. Over investing immediately leads to stress. So knowing yourself what is the level, and you have the time in the it's not a 1 year game, or it's not even a 1 month game. It's going to be a 4 year, and if possible, if you can see the 3 cycles, 4 into 3, 12 years from here. Wow, that's the wider time frame view you should have to win in this space. Yep, that's it. So if this video just saved you from hours of research and years of expensive mistakes, there are buttons here to click if you want. Just kidding. Nothing like that. I'm not looking for anything for subscription or something like that. So comment if you have questions. I will continue posting some of these essence of what I'm learning in this journey. Next week I'll be documenting more precise strategies. I'm thinking of posting about the psychology aspect, which is the most important thing. 70-80% of this game would be psychology. Your ability to hold on, your ability to form conviction when the market is really going down, your ability not to stop that dollar costing average. So many aspects are related to psychology, like stopping your monkey mind from jumping from one coin to the other, or one asset class to the other. All these things. That is one space I would love to post the next video. Awesome. Thank you for listening. We'll stay connected. See ya then. Bye bye.